Hi, so step one is to create your artwork for your boho bag. This is going to be the artwork that'll be on the pocket of your sack. So the first step is to just take your white typing paper and you're going to put a sketch on here, whatever it is that you want. And I decided that I'm gonna do a little witch hat. So I'm just sketching it onto my white paper. And then once you have it finished, you're going to snap a photo of this and upload it to the Canvas page. This is gonna count as participation points for you for this week. So do step one right now. Okay, step two. Now, Miss Nicole and Gavin have given you a piece of sandpaper. Now it's bigger than mine. I'm just using a scrap, okay? But you should have a nice size piece so that it matches that 8.5 by 11 paper that you did your drawing on. Okay, so you have that nice big sandpaper. You're gonna transfer that drawing onto your sandpaper. So one way you can do it is take and look at it and just freehand sketch that. You can also take your sandpaper and tape it to the wall in the foyer in the theater over your artwork. So they would be layered like this. Tape it to the window. You'll be able to see the picture that you drew on your white paper, and then you can trace it onto your sandpaper. Now remember, if you've drawn any words on your paper, let's say you wanted it to say trick or treat, all right? So if you've done it this way, it's gonna transfer backwards onto your fabric. So you wanna be careful about that. Either practice drawing backwards, or a little creative trick is to tape this onto the window in the foyer backwards and then put your sandpaper up on it. So when you trace it, you're already tracing your letters backwards. And your sandpaper then, when it transfers to the cloth, will read correctly. All right, so I need to sketch out my little witch's hat, and just for purposes of time, I'm just gonna draw it freehand here. So you see I have my witch's hat on my sandpaper. And I'm gonna color this in. Now, it's important when you color it in on the sandpaper to do it really, really dark. So I'm just gonna give you an example on one side of it being really, really dark, and then the other side really, really light. So you can see here that I have a dark side and a light side. Now you can do either, but when it transfers to the cloth, the more wax you have from the Crayolas, the brighter it's gonna be on the fabric. Darker is better. So now I want you to complete step two. Draw the artwork onto your sandpaper and color it in. Okay, step three, you've got your sandpaper colored, and Miss Nicole and Gavin are gonna set up the ironing boards and the irons. They will make sure that those are ready to go. You're gonna take your fabric, which was pre-cut by Gavin and Miss Nicole, okay? Remember, this is 9 by 11 inches, so you're gonna be putting your sandpaper on it vertically. And or if you drew your picture horizontally and it's this way, of course, just match it up on your fabric, it will be fine. So I'm gonna take my sandpaper with my artwork on it, and I'm laying it down on top of the fabric. Line it up so that it's on the fabric, there's nothing hanging off of the edge, otherwise you're gonna get Crayola all over the ironing board top. We don't want that. So take your iron, and then you're going to press it onto the sandpaper, and you kind of press pretty hard, and maybe do a 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then move it over to another spot on the sandpaper and do the same thing. And you continue until you've covered all of the areas of the sandpaper. It's heating up those little rocks in the sandpaper, which in turn melts the wax and embeds it into the cloth. So you're just gonna press that all the way around. Nice and slow. If you need extra help, ask Miss Nicole or Gavin to help you. I'm gonna press that on. Now, our irons at home, you have to take them and tip them up and set them on ends. This is a different iron. We don't tip it up. It's automatic. You can see if I touch it, it's ready. Fancy iron. Okay, then you peel off your sandpaper. You can see that a lot of the wax has disappeared, but the image has transferred onto your fabric. Yay! And this is washable. You can touch it, and this is going to be the pocket on your boho bag for trick-or-treating. Well done, everybody.